Yeah. Shout out to Jackal, man. Jackal Cookies. They've been rocking for a long time, man.
Yes, baby.
They've been rocking for a long time.
Real media, baby.
Top of the evening, you know the vibes. You are rocking out with yours truly, Showtime Sizzle. I am the Source. This is the Source Experience, the Newz by Shanewz. Man, it is Friday. I know this is a little early for me, but you know it's Friday. You know what that means? No homework. So I am afforded time to come on and play. That's what this is now. This is playtime, right? I want to check my levels before I proceed. Make sure you're hearing me loud and clear. You know, you always want to make sure the levels are good to go. We're gonna get the drop. We're gonna shake it up. Make sure you're hearing me loud. Yeah, the levels is good. We're gonna get to shaking it up tonight. I just want to share this with some people. I don't wanna. Just want to share this a little bit, just a little bit. You know, and give off some of these gems. Give off some of these gems real quick, right? About relationships and boxing, right? Salute to WCS, great live. I'm going to touch on some of your live, WCS. Phenomenal live, man. You know, brought back some fond memories. You know me, look, I always got to promote the business, right? Tonight's show was brought to you by, look, Seymour's by Shanewz. Let me get some of this. It's been a long week. Let me power up, man. Long week, 6 days straight, you know what I mean? But I want to talk about relationships and boxing, in particular my relationships, right? Because I felt like when I first came on YouTube, right? I had relationships with people in boxing, people that I thought were in my best interests, right? But come to find out they wasn't, right? But never mind, right? You know, still was able to grow. Then I was trying to forge or, you know, make relationships on this. And I thought, you know, coming into this, that this was the wave or, you know, networking with internet people, right? I quickly came to the realization that this internet YouTube networking is not the wave, right? But what I did do was I started making actual real relationships with authentic people in the game, managers, publicists, promoters, things like that, right? Coaches, fighters, right? Because I felt that, you know, actual relationships go further. And that shows now, because look, a lot of YouTubers, right, feel that their commodity, their, you know, networking affects what you actually do in boxing, whereas your actual relationships with people that actually play a hand in boxing. And I'm not saying that YouTube doesn't play a hand in boxing, but just look at it. If you think YouTube plays a hand in boxing, think of some of the bigger YouTube channels, not the ones that have actual connections with people in boxing. Like, don't Fight Hub, Fight Hype, the Boxing Voice, others, like, don't include them. Include some of these others, you know, these guys that you think are doing it, right? Now look at them, right? And based off of some of the relationships that you either think they have in boxing or don't have, it shows. Because if you have actual relationships with people in boxing, like I'm speaking on, like actual managers, like a lot of times when you see me interview fighters, right? I either reach out to the fighter personally, depending on how big he is, right? Now, if it's a particular fighter with a manager that I am cool with, I will reach out to the manager, you know. Or if it's a fighter that is big, like a Bud Crawford, I would reach out to his publicist. You see, these are the type of relationships that I have acquired over the years, right? And I said to myself, like, when I was going through my whole ordeal with Team Spence and them, right, they really schooled me, because through my relationships with them and a lot of things that they was trying to do behind the scenes, making phone calls, making it hard for me, led me to understand, like, okay, I understand how this is played now, right? A lot of you YouTubers have no power. Some of your favorite channels, like I said, feel free to name some of them, and I'll let you know. If you put some names in the chat of different YouTubers that you think is, you know, in motion, I'll tell you. I know. I know. I talked to at least like today. I was in contact with at least 4 people, you know, players. Not like I said, I don't really care about YouTube no more. Did you see what I posted it on my YouTube community, right? I do this for fun now. Word, like you a lot of YouTubers, right? Y'all already exposed yourself to me that you guys are in the way and all that, right? See, relationships with YouTubers really does nothing for me or my brand anymore. Let me see what I said, right? Because I talk to managers and actual fighters, coaches. That's the way to go, man. Like it's cool. It's cool to network with other YouTubers and all that. But look, at the end of the day, right? When you network with YouTubers, other content creators, how many doors is that actually opening for you? How many doors, right? How many doors is that opening for you? Look at me. I'm living proof of that, man. A lot of YouTubers don't fuck with me. But can they say they done some of the things that I have done? Can they say they have closed any doors for me? That's what I'm trying to tell you. YouTube is not really a door that is can stop you from gaining credibility or gaining notoriety in the actual game. So you got to mend and build relationships with people that can actually open doors for you or help you or put you on the path. Whereas, like I said, name some of your favorite YouTube content creators and I'll break them down for y'all today. That's what I'm going to do tonight. Name some of them, man. Like I said, I gave the ones their flowers that I'm telling you are moving and grooving, the big ones. Right. Truth be told, the Boxing Voice, powerful. They tapped in, they connected. Fight Hype, tapped in, connected. Fight Hub, tapped in, connected. And then I think, you know, a lot of the smaller channels you overlook that you sleep on because of, you know, YouTube views and stuff, they are very powerful as well, like WCS. And if you watched his live, there's proof of that on his live. Because to have access to a Wilder camp, like he just showed, that comes from building a relationship, having a rapport with somebody on the team where they feel comfortable with allowing you to come and record and, you know, gain actual content. And if WCS is in here, he could co-sign off on that. Because in order to have access to a fight camp, a fight team. You have to have relationships, because just like I said, think of some of these guys on here. I don't want to sting on nobody else. I want you guys to call them out. You know, call out somebody, and I'll let you know. You know what I'm going to use, right? All right, it was just a big fight week. A big fight week that just took place last week in Vegas. Shout out to the Boxing Voice. I just seen the Boxing Voice post some Devin Haney, right? Getting ready for Regis. How do you think they got that? Through relationships, right? But last week was a major fight week. A lot of people was in town. Why didn't any other content creators get that? Do you think they have relationships with the Haney? Some of them do. But do you think, why didn't they get that access? Why couldn't they pull up? Wouldn't that be smart to do if you're in Vegas and you can make phone calls and you know people, you're tapped in. You could be like, yo, listen, I'm in town. I was wondering if I could, because Devin trains out at the Top Rank Gym. Like, yo, I was wondering if I could pull up. When is his session? One thing about Devin Haney, I think I explained this. They remember back, it was like, it might have been for the Lomo fight. It was one of the fights. It got a little, I told you, a little behind the scenes stuff that what took place. Because one thing about Devin Haney, you know, he likes to close gym. Whereas, like, I think it was Terrence, Shakur, Keyshawn, Big Baby, like those guys, they all be in the gym. You know, a lot of those guys, they be in the gym. They don't be on that, like, yo, we don't want everybody in here. It's just, you know, for him. So some shit went down. You gotta say allegedly, you know, between them, and somebody ran back to Bob. Not gonna say who. You know, niggas be always talking about snitching and ratting and all this. But somebody ran back to Bob and the higher ups at Top Rank, and now Devin Haney has a closed session, like a private session. But why didn't some people make phone calls? Like, you seen how the Boxing Voice was in there getting the content. That's what you would do, right? You would normally do something like that. Like I said, I'm going to reference WCS. You see how WCS showed that vintage Wilder footage? He was in the gym. Wilder jumping rope. JD taping up Wilder's gloves, mitt work, pad work, you know, just, you know, basic team activities. That's why I always said my first time meeting WCS was around all of those guys. And I was familiar with his work, but I wasn't like how I am in now. Like I'm like a researcher and I do all that thing. I knew his work. I'm like, damn, that's Wilder's guy right there. He was all in the hotel. Real talk. This is facts. I was like, man, that's Wilder's guy right there. I think he was over there with Tay Jones at the time, right? It was Tay. It might have been Wilder's strength and conditioning coach. Now that I'm you know, going back into my Rolodex, recalling, it was Team Wilder. A lot of those guys, and it was WCS. I was like, man, you know, we here with Wilder's team. Wilder was upstairs with his wife and the kids and all that, you know. So I was like, man. And then me and, you know, it is where it is now. Me, WCS, we rocking and rolling. But that my first initial meeting with him, he was with Team Wilder, and I was familiar with his work. And then come to find out he's, you know, WCS catalog speaks for itself. But you don't get catalogs like this without relationships. Not YouTube relationships. Like I said, YouTube relationships are cool, but they're not really cool when you think about it, because if you really fuck with people on YouTube, everybody would be rocking and rolling. Understand what I'm saying? And a lot of people are not rocking and rolling like you think they are. And it shows. Because if you are who you say you are on YouTube, why aren't you getting the access? Like I said, the Boxing Voice, they're based in Vegas, right? But last week, you don't think Devin Haney trained last week at all? You don't think Devin Haney had workouts last week? If you was in town and you fuck with Bill and Devin, you don't think that you could have pulled up to the gym and did some of these things? Like I'm gonna reference me. I'm not gonna put my none of my old vintage sauce up. But remember when I was in Vegas when Jihad fought, and I went to Jorge Capitiela's gym. I was at Mayweather's gym. Remember, I was like, damn, Mayweather's gym fell off. Right? Matter of fact, if y'all think I'm lying, look, I could throw this up to show y'all. I was at Mayweather's gym, right? Look. Let's look. This is when I said Mayweather's gym fell off, right here. This fight week for Jihad, I wanted to go, and you heard Marley. Marley was there. Me and Marley was there. I was thinking, all right. I was like, we're gonna go up here. Marley gonna get some work, make some phone calls. We go to Mayweather's gym. Shout out to Ladarius Miller. He was in there working out. Him and an Italian fighter. I can't recall his name. A couple other coaches, right? But it was dead. I was like, damn, Mayweather's done fell off. I remember, when Mayweather first opened that gym when he was fighting, that was like the hottest gym. You had so many people, they was just migrating to Vegas, training out of Mayweather's gym, hoping that Mayweather would sign them or, get on. These are facts. When I was there, I was like, what the fuck happened? It wasn't like this before. I remember being there when he fought Conor McGregor. Rest in peace to the OG. He was still alive. Roger Mayweather. If you follow me, that was the Jackal Fitness days. I took my wife there. My wife was in there. She got the picture with Roger. I was in there kicking it with them. It was thriving. No, you was not there, Narino. You was not in Vegas. You're just talking, but it's okay. Good times then, right? Fast forward to now, Jihad's a pro. We go back. Dead. I was like, wow. I was like, I was just like, Mayweather's not the gym like that no more. But then we went to Jorge. I've called the Jorge, other people. That's when you see the Jared Anderson, this right here, right? Look, show you when you have relationships with people, you can do things like
real
this.
Big baby Jared Anderson, man. Shout out Jackal Fitness.
Appreciate you, champ. Thank you.
You go to gyms, right? But when I build with YouTubers, I don't get that. Just say I don't get that. And a lot of times relationships in the business of boxing can either open doors for you or close doors for you. And one thing about YouTubing, what doors is YouTube opening? It's not closing no doors, because I am one of the most non-viewed channels. Right? Real talk. People don't view my stuff, but does it stop what I got going on in boxing? Somebody answer that, man. There's 4 of y'all in here. Does it stop what I got going on in boxing? And I don't listen. I have people that I build with on YouTube, but I don't need to build with people on YouTube because, like I said, the builders of YouTube, Seymour's, definitely take this. A lot of these so-called big, strong YouTubers are nobodies. And that's why you continue to see me front on them and talk about them like that. Because I know once upon a time, a lot of them, still to this day, they thought they was affecting something that I had going on in boxing. Other than this right here, what does this do? You see, I had Quentin Randall on my channel last week. He's fighting November 16th. He's fighting November 16th. An active fighter against another undefeated fighter. Should be a great fight. He reposted. If you look up the community, these are active fighters. I have relationships with real people. I don't need relationships with you hating ass YouTube niggas. You know why? Because what do you actually do? What do y'all do in boxing? Real talk. What does Champ Side do? Now I'm gonna start naming. What does Ego do? What does Fanon do? What does BFTV do? What does 7-8 Sports do? What does Blue Blood do? These are big channels in boxing on YouTube. What do they do? What do they do? Other than come on YouTube and gossip. You know what they do? All those channels that I just named, those are pro PBC channels. What you say? Those are pro PBC channels with large audiences, right? PBC just lost Showtime. That's what they do. Because if these guys were who they claimed they was, because they run a lot of different plays for PBC, right? Showtime wouldn't be bouncing on them. Because if you think about some of these channels, right, with the viewership, you know, their listeners, their audience, and they so-called move the needle. Because I'm telling you, I pay attention to this shit, man. I come on here and have fun, you know, talk my shit, right? But I pay attention to this shit. They say that none of the mainstream or, you know, ESPN and FS1 and, you know, all the real sports networks don't talk about boxing. Only YouTube does. Only YouTube. We, the YouTubers, us, we keep the sport alive. Y'all kept it alive so much that Showtime, because, you know, I'm only speaking on Showtime because a lot of Showtime people, because Showtime rocks with Magnum Media and Swanson Promotion, they were heavy investing into a lot of y'all. They used to give a lot of you guys some of the channels that I named, the Egos and Champ Sides and the Blues. You guys were the guys that Barbershop Conversation at the time, right? You guys were the ones that they were giving the work and credentials to work the fights, because quote unquote you guys had the numbers. If WCS is in here, he could tell you where I'm going with this, right? You guys were the ones that Kelly Swanson was saying had the numbers. You know, you had XYZ subs and views and all that. Come to find out, you guys ain't have shit. the proof is to the point right now. And I've been figured that out years ago. That's why I say, you know what? I'm going about this all wrong. I'm sitting here putting out quality interviews of fighters these people talk about every single day, and I'm not doing no views. How is that possible, right? I say, you know how that's possible? Because I'm not playing the system. I'm not paying for shit. So I say, you know what? I'm going to continue to do what I do, but it's time for me to start rubbing elbows with the right people. So yeah, I come on here and I front on niggas now. Niggas that, you know, tried to front on me over my views, right? Damn, haven't my views changed over the years, right? But what about some of y'all's, right? Has any of y'all views changed, right? Has any of y'all views changed, right? My views, on the other hand, have changed dramatically. Not only have they changed, right? They changed without networking with you YouTubers. You know, with you YouTubers telling people not to watch me. But look, the views that I get now.
Over to the wins. You know the vibes. You know the vibes. You know what I mean? You know the vibes. Team Tucker Life. Take it around here for y'all. Something like, you know, out here on the balcony. Out here on the balcony. Overlooking the city. overlooking the city. Overlooking the city. Nah, man. Overlooking the city. Team Tucker. You know the vibes. Joe Dini on deck. You know the vibes. About to go over here to the weigh-in now. Was waiting for my man. Get ready for the stills, interviews, coverage, all that good stuff. Zaga, yaga, ahala.
Now, do you think I got that? Those views right there with YouTube views, YouTube relationships, or do you think I got that with actual boxing relationships? It's 5 of y'all in here, man. Don't not type, you know. Put something out there, man. Put something out there. You know, y'all always worrying about views. Niggas always talking about views. Put something out there. Do you think I got those views networking with niggas that, you know, base their existence in boxing off of views? Do you? Do you think I got that off of that? Do y'all? Do y'all think I got that off of that?
Hey, you guys.
Give y'all a second to think
Sauce
about
Talk
that.
podcast. You guys enjoy it. It's a good one.
Do y'all think I got that off of that? Look, Seymour. Cat got your tongue? Cat got your tongue? Nah, I didn't. I didn't get that, you know, off of YouTube views, networking with niggas on YouTube. You know how I got that? Networking in real life with real people, real players in the game. Not there. You know, yo, it's players on here. Shout out to the real players on here, you know. Real players on here fuck with each other. You know, salute to the real players out here, man. I see you. Salute.
With the one and only Sauce Talk podcast in the house.
That's right. You know the vibes.
Yes, sir.
This is your boy Jamel Simmerfire Herring, and I'm with the best in the world, the best from Long Island, the Sauce Talk podcast. Hey, we doing big things. Shout out to everybody out there in LI as well. Simmerfire, salute.
Yes, you know the vibes.
Yo, you know who it is. It's Chop Chop Coley, one and only. I'm a Hall of Fame legend right here. I'm here with the sauce, y'all. We gonna chop it up real soon. Back in the kitchen with Chop Chop Kitchen.
Yeah, you know the vibe.
To the regular schedule programming, relationships. Do you think I really care about what a YouTuber thinks about me, or feels like not watching me is going to affect what I got going on in boxing? Like I said, I've been on here 5 years. 5 years, man. I wish I could take back my first 2 years. For real. If I could, I think I might be a promoter right now. I swear. If I could take back my first 2 years on YouTube, I could be a promoter right now. Thank you, Coach Reem. I think I could be a promoter, because a lot of times when I was in this, right, I was doing things that promoters like. You know what promoters like? They like guys that can move tickets. They, you know, you YouTubers are cool, right? But what can you do? Did you see what I said the other day? What do you do in boxing? What do you do? What do you do? You know, a lot of times I invested my energy with people, but see that I think that was God all along, because He was showing me. He was showing me, right? And He was really instilling in me, letting me see my worth, letting me learn, you know, how to operate, how to show stats, right? See, these are you guys' stats right here. These are you guys' stats. This right here. This your stats. What is that doing for y'all? How many doors? Like I said, how many doors have opened for y'all, man? With this, what doors have opened? A lot of you guys that do views, what doors have opened, man? I don't see y'all level changing, man. I see y'all on here with y'all gimmicks. What's going on with that, though? What are those relationships doing for y'all? Huh? What are those relationships doing for y'all, man? You know, boxing is all about relationships, man. It really is. It's all about relationships, man. Relationships open doors. Some relationships close doors.
Yo, Zaga, Slime Master.
Yo, man, shout out to Sauce Talk, man. We in books and shit now.
Oh, man, what's that feeling like, man? First press conference, you walking out, the people are noticing you, saying, yo, he's in that book. He's in that book, man. What's that feeling like, man?
You know, it feels good, man. You know, I actually want to get it going for this fight, man. Get it out the way, you know?
Yeah, definitely, man. But, yo, just describe that first press conference, you know, 2 days out. You know, you was on the main stage, you know, Q&A. What was that like, man?
It was fire, you know. It was real fire. Shout out Top Rank. Shout out Bob Barron, man. Shout out Sauce Talk. Shout out Jay Prince, man.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, and we here, you know, and we gonna keep going. We gonna keep being here. We gonna keep going up.
Yeah.
No cap.
That's a fact, man.
Cap. And we know we still slamming, man.
Yeah, man.
Still walking down, man. We here.
Man. Prudential Center. You see where it's at, downtown Newark. Shakur Stevenson card. Yo, everybody was talking about my man was in there dapper, man. Yo, you know, got the, what is that, velvet? Got the nice suit on, velour, you know, got the specs on, the shades, styling on them, you know.
Yeah, roll that up for AB.
Yeah, AB, yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely, man. It's a little behind the sauce with Jihad Tucker. I got you.
Y'all seen the big AT, you know, the tractor trailer, you know, production trucks on deck out there in Newark, man, downtown Newark. Y'all seen that, man? Relationships, man. You know, boxing has been good to me. I can't complain. You know, I met a lot of good people. You know, salute to all of those that I have met and salute to those who I will continue to meet. But this was about relationships in boxing, building or, you know, destroying your brand. And I want to keep touching on Deontay Wilder a little bit now. Earl Spence. You know, Terrence Crawford. You know, because these are guys that I've been around and I have covered and I have observed some of their relationships from afar. And like I said, let me highlight my guy, WCS. I watched WCS cover Deontay Wilder. And I was like, damn, that's, you know, that's Wilder's guy right there, right? Great coverage. Before a lot of these other guys came around. I don't, like I said, I know them from the internet. I know these other guys from the internet. I don't know them. I haven't seen them, right? But a guy that I know, that I watched cover Wilder from the beginning, like I said, I seen a Wilder. Like I said, I was around. I wasn't who I am now, as you can see in the game, but I was always around, right? And I remember WCS. I don't remember a lot of these other guys around. Like I remember Ness, you know, certain guys. I remember them. Right? But a lot of these other guys that came around Wilder, relationships can either build you up or break you down. Now, apparently, it seems like Wilder's being freezed out. I watched a lot of guys, like I said, just come out the woodworks and really, you know, what we like to call wave riding. Or you see, if y'all run with my phrase, please just shout me out, man. Anchors. I've seen a lot of anchors jump on Wilder's ship. And if you notice, man, Wilder hasn't fought since last October. I believe because he let anchors. Wilder was a cruise line. He was like Norwegian, the gem, you know, the big cruises. He he had, he's for his peoples, man. If you ever been around Wilder or seen Wilder, Wilder is like WCS described earlier in his live. I seen him do that. I seen probably people that didn't even get a chance to go to the fight. Right. I wish I was like how I am now with the cameras and all that. I would have really documented a lot of this. But I witnessed Wilder in front of the Barclays Center, when they were staying in the Brooklyn Marriott downtown. They have car service for Wilder and the team, right? But I recall, because if you ever been to the Barclays Center, the Atlantic Terminal is right there. If you know about Brooklyn, you know what I'm talking about right now. So a lot of times you have public transportation people, right? That's how people get around the city. And I remember Wilder exiting the Barclays Center and the Atlantic Terminal was right there. And a lot of, low-income families, right? They seen the champ. Wilder's the champ. You can't never erase what he was. He was the champ. And a lot of these low-income families that live in the projects probably can't afford to go to fights, but they happen to run across Wilder. And I watched this. I watched, the PRs and the PBC people wanting to rush him off. Like, yo, champ, we got to go. No, damn well he's just going to the Brooklyn Marriott. But I watched Wilder say, nah, take pictures. With like I said, with the low income, the less fortunate. That probably wasn't going to go to the fight the next night because they couldn't afford a ticket. But, they happened to be, getting off the subway, coming on the subway, and they ran into the champ. And Wilder, being who he was, the people's champ, he didn't say, yo, listen, man, I got to get because, they riding the SUVs, presidential style, the team, everybody, they all 3 or 4, Tahoes, back to back to back. Wilder the Tahoe waited. Wilder took pictures and did, I was like, so when I hear WCS describing these things, he's not lying. He's not lying. But you know what I also seen? I seen the scammers, right? The no-gooders, right? They also seen this too. And they seen that he had a big heart. And what did they do? Weasels and snakes. Turn that down. Weasels and snakes slid it on in. The guy next to him. Wilder, like I said, he's a people's person. Turn that down, please. Or go in the living room with that. Go in the living room with that, Narina. But yes, I watched Wilder do many things like that. I remember this one particular time. Shout out to my man June, right? And Al. Al has a daughter, special needs daughter, right? I remember Wilder at the Brooklyn Marriott. Al speaking with him, right? And Wilder doing a personal video for his daughter, and then even taking it a step further, Al called him FaceTime. I witnessed it. I should have been recording all of this, man. I used to just be in the cut. I'm just me, man. I wasn't who I am now. I was just there. I was media. I always been media, but now I'm really like hands-on media. But I remember Wilder doing that. I'm like, damn, this dude is different. And I see the same way I seeing these things, like I said, the scammers, the frauds, they see these things too. And what did they do? They got in his ear and they kind of fucked his brand up. They fucked his motion up. And I think that's why he's being freezed out now. Because like WCS and many others that know Wilder's a people person. Now, when they talk about doing it for the culture, I listen. You seen my video, right? When I said, when Najee Ramba came to the walk to the ring, I know I didn't identify with that culture. But Wilder, listen, to this day, and a lot of the things that he does, screaming bomb squad, I identify with that culture. When he said, when he told Radio Rocky, you know what I'm talking about. I identify with that. With the what we call that on my job. Well, I no longer have to do that, but that was the aggressive, angry black man. I could identify with that. And I'm pretty sure a lot of others can identify with that. The aggressive, angry black man. The angry black man. And it's just like I said, man. To me, man, I that's why I spoke on it, and I know by me speaking on it, regardless what y'all think about, my voice gets out. And I just don't think it's right that they are freezing that man out. Because that's what y'all are doing. Y'all are freezing him out, man. And I think, like I said, relationships play a large part in this game. And I think that Wilder is being freezed out for some of his relationships. I'm in agreement with that, Blunts. I'm in agreement with that, for real. Because you see, when they ran the play, right? When they ran the play and they had the all access, for and please, I want y'all niggas to tell me I'm hating, I'm mad. Listen, I can care less. I'm good. I have situations going on. You niggas was posting videos eating chicken at his house. Did that help the fight? Did that help the fight? The man did 75,000 pay-per-views. The man couldn't even sell the Barclays Center. I was there last October. They was giving out tickets. They never did that for Wilder. You know how many Wilder fights I've been to through the years at the Barclays Center? Dominic Brazil, Staverns, all of these fights. If you didn't have a ticket, you wasn't getting in. I never seen that, man. Relationships, man. This is all about relationships today. Hopefully, y'all are enjoying my sauce. I'm not boring y'all. Sometimes we got to just switch it up a little bit. Like I said, I think it's about relationships, building relationships with people.
Hey, this is Coach Larry Wade, I Build Champions. Hey, I train professional boxers, and you with Sauce Talk Podcast. You don't want to miss anything that he puts on here.
Appreciate you, champ. You know the vibe.
One of the best in the business, strength and conditioning coach. I think he has 10, maybe 11 champions now. I train champions. Man, good guy, man. Solid brother. Robesi Ramirez, strength and conditioning coach. Rolly Ramirez. Yeah, I think, Rolly trains with him too. So that's another controversial, but he's still a champion. So he might have 11 now. Shout out to Larry Wade. Combining, putting up the stats. Putting up the stats, man. Putting up the stats, right? It's all about relationships, man. Relationships.
Yeah, from the rafters to the floor, man. Yeah, you going up to the floor, man. Yeah, you going up to the rafters or what, man?
No, I'm down here all night, y'all.
Oh, okay.
What about yourself, man?
Yeah, we down here. You see, we down here.
Now, do you think if me and WCS, like I said, you heard rafters to the floor, baby. Do you think that you get from the rafters to the floor without having relationships in the game? Not this right here. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't get to the floor through YouTube. I did. If WCS is in here, I'll tell you we didn't get there off of YouTube. We got there through real, actual boxing relationships. Communicating with actual players in the game that can help you out. That you could be like, yo, you pick this up right here. You'd be like, yo, listen, man, I just want to get some frames, you know. Woo, 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 woo. Are you doing videos? Are you doing, you know? And shout out to WCS. WCS is rocking and rolling, shooting many fights from down there. Listen, I'm one and done. I see. You say I can come on here and keep it to. Well, actually, I was one and done that night. But the card before that, I did shoot a couple of fights. But I got to get my stamina up. I got to get on my C-more. You know, the shoot an actual fight card. It's many fights, 6, 7 bouts. You know how many frames that is? The most I did was 3, I think. I did Abdullah Mason, but it was a quick one round. I did Dreamland Milton and Jihad. That was 3. I was exhausted. I was like, yo, this shit is hard work, man. It's hard work, man. Yo, look, and one of the fights was a one-rounder. And I said, yo, this is hard work. So shout out to all the guys that do that, man. But you don't get there through YouTube. You get there through actual real boxing relationships, knowing actual people in boxing. But hey, what do I know, right? What do I know? But great times, definitely great time. Hopefully I'm not boring you tonight. Oh, look, let me take relationships, right? Shout out to Wise Owl Boxing. You know, I felt like throwing my frames on because when I threw the Jihad video up, Jihad had on his frames. You know, I like to throw on my Clark Kents. I call these the Clark Kents, aka the Malcolm Shabazz. You know, Malcolm X. You know, clear frames. When I want to look educated, right? They say when you want to look sophisticated, you know, do the part, man. You know, this is my sophisticated look right here, right? But hey, what do I know? What do I know, man? But yeah, I just think that a lot of times relationships, man, and I say that on both sides because relationships that I had in the past, these guys were enablers. They were door closers, right? But I think the best thing that happened to me was I started getting more solid relationships in boxing. And a lot of times, the relationships that I started to build, the same people that were closing doors, making phone calls to close doors, they could no longer do that because I no longer had to deal with the people that they are in cahoots with, nor did I want to deal with them. And I say that to say this. Somebody asked me why I didn't cover the Earl Spence presser. I said, because I'm bigger than that. But you know what I did do? I did get people in. I got people in because I got approved. But I have grown to the point where I'm like, why should I cover somebody? Like I did want to cover Terrence. True indeed. Great guys, great set of people. But I didn't, I felt like this. I know Earl Spence, right? I know the things that they tried to do on this, right? And a lot of these dudes, I can't wait to run into y'all in real life. Oh, I can't. I really can't. But I probably will never because, like I said, I'm ascending. You guys, the relationships you guys have, you guys can't even get an Earl Spence interview. Yeah. You know how Jada Kiss laugh? You guys can't even get an Earl Spence interview, right? But like I said, relationships, right? I'm just bigger than that now. I was like, why would I go? Why would I go, right? But you know what I did do? I looked out for 2 people and got them in on behalf of my company. But I was like, why should I cover? Why should I cover? Go over there and cover somebody that I covered for so many years, right? For so many years, I covered them. You know, only to be talked about, only to be lied on. So it's like, why? After I have level change, right? Real talk, I level change. You see how easy I was able to get that, and I know, right? And I'm not gonna tell you how I got that because WCS will tell you. Initially, I was denied, right? I was denied, but through my many relationships in the game, I got approved. And that's all I would want to see. You know, that was the last chop, the last nail in the coffin. That really exposed what I needed to see. Because it's like, I tell you, with this boxing thing and level changing, it's all about relationships. So I seen that day right there, a lot of the people, especially over there. And look, God doesn't like ugly. God does not like ugly. A lot of those people over there been doing foul.
I'm going across the road on the side.
Did she go over there?
No, not yet.
All right. A lot of people been doing foul activities behind the scenes forever. And look what happened. Look what happened. Foul. Like when you do foul stuff, karma's a motherfucker, man. The universe is undefeated, man. See, sometimes when people do foul stuff, you know, witchcraft and voodoo and all this, you know, shit like that, let them be, because that shit comes back on them. When people place phone calls and try to make it hard for you, and you're honorable, you're moving right, don't worry about it, man. You're gonna get your just due, and they're gonna get their just due. And I think that's what we're seeing playing out right now. 11 networks to 11 to Fallout Boys. Fallout Boys, man. You know why? Because they did a lot of stabbing people in the back. Not honorable. Not honorable business. Relationships. Relationships are key in life. And a lot of you guys want relationships with YouTubers. For what? What are they doing for you? What some of you guys that be on here getting it in with YouTube niggas, right? What has that done for you? Have y'all changed levels? I don't even see some of your favorites that y'all listening to change levels, right? I don't see it, man. Maybe I'm missing something, right? I don't see it, man. You know, I don't see it. You gotta really, you know, get relationships with real official players in the game. But hey, what do I know?
Yo, shout out to the Source Talk podcast. You already know the vibes. Jack and Fitness. This is Andrew here from the Stewart Hotel Boxing Life. Let's go. Woo!
I wanna share a little something, right? I have so many different relationships, just not in boxing, but in life general right now. I remember I had a legal situation. And one of my lawyers, DWI lawyer, great guy, John LaTurco, look him up. He handles all the big cases. I was going through some things, and I know John. John is my guy. I called John, right? This is why relationship, right? Now, the situation I was going through, when I called John, right? These relationships play a key part. It so happened the situation that I was going through, the people that were trying to make it hard for me, they knew John LaTurco. My God, my attorney. John LaTurco, relationships. This is why relationships are key in life. Just not boxing. I'm talking about in life. Yo, John LaTurco picked up this right here, a cell phone. Made a phone call. You know, him and the person. I'm not going to disclose the person's name because we'll keep all that in the raps. But they're talking, right? Look, he's holding a conversation with the guy, and they're going back and forth. And John LaTurco said, you know what? I'm going to come see you in a second. Right now, I'm sitting here with my friend, Shalom Jones. It was a brief silence like this, right? I guess the dude, when he said my name, and the dude on the other end, like I said, was, you know, being an asshole, and John LaTurco said that, I no longer had those problems no more. But see, relationships are key in life. in boxing, especially in boxing. You see fighters. Look at Joe Smith. Joe Smith still getting big fights. He's about to fight tomorrow night in Vegas. You know why? Because of relationships Joe LaGuardia has acquired, that they are able still to get him on cards, fighting for good money, relationships. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my sauce tonight about relationships. And so, yes, if you guys feel like, you not supporting me on YouTube is going to affect me in boxing, I'll tell you what. My daughters, plural, will be. The tongue is powerful. I've been told you, right? One of my daughters already has a bigger catalog than some of your favorite YouTubers.
One day you'll get your palate used to that raw fish. Gotcha. What's that? What else you got for me?
What's your favorite place to go?
Favorite place to go is the beach. I love the beach, yo. Anywhere, if there's a beach nearby, I love to go there, relax, walk along the beach, barefooted, get my feet dirty. Yeah, no doubt, stick my foot in the water. I don't go in the water, though. There's sharks and stuff in there. Nah, I don't mess with that. All right?
Do you play basketball?
Man, look at my height. I'm short.
No,
I can't play no basketball.
Yes, you can.
No.
I believe you can.
I just played that video. You're absolutely correct, Blunt. You're absolutely correct. Did you hear that laughter in the back? Hey, Blue, if you're out there, you don't know me. Wasn't that your laugh? Blue, you don't know me there, brother. Wasn't that your laugh? You remember that day, Blue? You was there. You remember that day, Blue? Wasn't that your laugh, Blue? But you don't know me there, fella. It's all right. It's all right. But wasn't that your laugh? Your laugh, Blue? But you don't know me there, fella. Hey, but what do I know, right? But yes, I am going to close. Life is all about relationships, y'all. Sometimes a relationship could open the door or close the door. Once upon a time, a relationship that I had, they closed a lot of doors. But what they didn't realize was some of the doors that they closed for themselves. Because a young man who, from what I'm hearing, is one of Brad Goodman's favorites. You know who Brad Goodman is, right? Brad Goodman is the matchmaker over at Top Rank. I hear he's pretty fond of a guy I know, right? And this is a guy that I, helped out, and he helps me out now. But I remember wanting to have him be a part of somebody. They was closing doors, man. And he ended up being a part of something very, very big. Bigger than what they ever could imagine. And it's playing out right in front of their faces. And many of these same YouTubers who jumped in the way or thought by not supporting YouTube, they were stopping something. Last time I checked, my views have changed. Some of y'all views have still stayed the same. Hopefully, y'all caught and enjoyed this sauce. Look, y'all smashed this sea moss out. Look, this was 16 ounces. I done ate 8 ounces. You know what that means? I'm going to be up all night now. But it's all right, because I'm about to go to the gym, getting some rounds on a heavy bag. But like I said, hopefully y'all enjoyed the sauce. Remember, man, relationships are key. You know, you don't always need an internet relationship to be big in the game or be big in anything in life. What you do need is actual solid relationships with people that want to see you win and people that want to see you grow. You know, the people that don't want to see you win and don't want to see you grow, you really don't need to rock with them. You really don't need them to be a part of your circle. What you do need is to be involved and be around people that want to grow with you and want to see you grow. Hopefully y'all enjoyed and caught that sauce. You know the vibes. The Newz by Shanewz. But hey, what do I know?
What do I know?
Hey, video. Let's go.
What do I know? What do
You know the vibes. Yo, what I told Mom. He's getting the knockouts, right? He's getting the knockouts tonight. They're hard. That's right, man. You know the vibes. You know the vibes. Yeah.
Stop! Stop!
Come on, man.
I didn't.
Yeah, introducing her out of the blue